going to show you how to do a summary outline. On my desk, I have my literature notebook. For this mini lesson, you'll also need a pencil and a pen. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my literature notebook to my information on how to write a summary. Luckily, I made this little tab for myself, so it's very easy in my notebook for me to find the information. So on mine, this is page B3, the back of page 3. It tells me that to do an academic summary, I need to use the writing strategy tag 3Ds. It says, what is it? It's a writing strategy. When do I use it? When I write an academic summary. And then here is the graphic organizer. Just make sure whenever you write an academic summary, you do not include your opinions. For example, if you read an article or watched a movie or read a book, at the end of your summary, you would not want to include anything about how interesting you thought it was or how much you liked it. Those are opinions. For summary, it's supposed to be facts only. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the page to the back of page 5. The back of page 5. On the top, you're going to write Academic Summary Outline. On the top of the summary, you're going to write your thesis statement. Thesis statement is going to just be the tag portion of the writing strategy. So for now, since I don't have a text with me, I'm just doing an outline. I'm going to put a line to indicate information that I don't have right now. So I indent, maybe a thumb's width or maybe more, and I say, this is the title, written by the genre here, and then I do the format. So I have my title, author, genre, and now I need the gist. About, and I give the who, what, when, where, as much information as I can. Okay. I'm going to bracket the side, call this my thesis. It's just the tag portion of the writing strategy. Now I'm going to take my pencil, set it to the side, take my pen, and fill in that information. So this is the title, author, genre, this is the format, this is who, any other information from the gist that you can include. I'll take my pen, set it to the side. And now what I need to do is I need to transition to talk about the first detail. So I'll write a transitional phrase. I'll say first, comma. It gives my reader a moment to pause and think about what comes first. First, this is my format, the article, the letter, the film, the documentary, whatever it is. First, the text discusses my first key detail. Usually it's something fairly short. And then I need to do my supporting detail. So one way you can do that is to say, for example, comma, and then I describe that, some evidence from the text. So I have my first, say next, comma, again, here's my format, discusses, There are other words that I can choose instead of to say discusses. I can say talks about or states or shows. Next, we'll say article discusses. My second key detail. And again, I can start out my supporting detail with for example. For example, and I do my supporting detail. So my transitional phrases, I have first, next, and then I'll say finally, because I know I need only 3 key details. Finally, comma, the article, the documentary, the movie, the book, the novel, discusses. For example, my pencil and I will set it to the side. Pick up my pen. First, this is the format. Discusses, this is first key detail. For example, this is my first supporting detail. Next, again, it's the format. Discusses, this is my second key detail. For example, this is my second supporting detail. Finally, format. Discusses, this is my third key detail. For example, this is my last or my third supporting detail. And you'll notice that your supporting details are longer than your key details. It's a way for you to explain those details. I'll take my pen, set it to the side. This whole section here is the body of my summary. This is my 3 key details and my 3 supporting details. So on the side, I'm going to annotate 3 key details and 3 supporting details. 3 key details plus 3 supporting details. And then I have my tag, 3D, and then my S, my so what. So I'll use my pencil, and to transition to tell my reader that I'm coming to the end, I'll say in conclusion. Comma. Again, it gives a chance for my reader to pause and get ready for what's coming up next. The so what statement can be a challenge because it's sometimes difficult to figure out how the information from the movie or the article or whatever your piece is, how it applies to the wide world or what the truth is in it. So one pretty simple way to do a conclusion is just to say what the author's purpose is. So I'll say in conclusion, the author's purpose for this, and whatever the format is, this movie, this film, this article, this book, this novel, this letter is to, and we know that authors write for pi, so it would be to inform, to entertain, or my third one. Okay, the audience on whatever they're entertaining us. So I'm going to bracket the side. This is my so what. My so what statement. Take my pencil, set it to the side, and I'll fill in these blanks. In conclusion, the author's purpose for this, whatever the format is to, this is the purpose, I'll just write pi. Okay. Now on the bottom, we are going to cover some vocabulary that you need. The first one we'll do is transitional phrases. So write transitional phrases. Put a box around it. Take your pen, move it to the side, take your pencil. Transitional phrases are words that help the reader and the writer to move from one idea to the next. So down here, I'll define what a transitional phrase is. Words to move from one idea to the next. Some examples are, first, next, last, finally, in conclusion, also, and I'll just put dot, dot, dot. There are many transitional phrases. Here are just a few, and here are some of the ones that you'll see inside of a summary. Okay, I'm going to take my pencil, move it to the side, pick up my pen. Over here, we're going to write genres. Take my pen, move it to the side, pick up my pencil. There are 4 basic genres, and they're the 4 types of text that we talk about in class. We have argumentative, informational, poetry, narrative, under each of these there are subcategories. Narrative is probably the most popular with students, so we'll just write a few. When we think narrative, we think fiction or nonfiction. We think fantasy. If there's magic and talking animals. Action. And I'll just put dot, dot, dot. There are many, many genres. Okay, the last thing I want to include in my notes is format. We wrote that several times inside of our outline, so I want to be clear on what a format is. Take your pencil, move it to the side, pick up your pen. This one, instead of doing on the left or right, we're going to do it right in the center. Write the words format / text. Take your pen, move it to the side. There are so many formats that one can have. We'll start with letter. One of the most popular ones we'll do in class is article. Novel. Book. Essay. Movie. Film. Documentary. Poem. Newspaper. Magazine. And I'll put ... to indicate that there are many different types of formats. Okay, I am finished with my notes on how to do an academic summary. Whenever you write a summary, if you think, oh, what comes first? Just think of this. I'm going to open my notebook. This is an outline for what we've already done. For example, this is a mentor text identical to this. So I have my mentor text here. I have another mentor text here going through the same process. I have another mentor text right here going through the same process. And of course I have the writing strategy here. Okay, good luck.